Will you unlock it? It's up to you today. You get in life what you put in. We all know that. The question is, what are you putting out? What are you putting into the universe? What are you going to demand from the universe? What are you going to extract from the very core of this universe and will it into existence? Or will you just cower to the pressure, to the circumstances of this world? I am your host, Luke Belmar, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to have a good session. We have 285 killers into here today. Life is up to you, baby. Will you embrace it? Will you become a champion? Will you win? Or will you be crushed and subjugated like the peasants? As we wait, as we get people in the lobby, we'll get started in just a second. Pen and paper, ladies and gentlemen. I have no time to waste. There's zero time to waste. There's money to be made, moves to be made, and a world to conquer. The question is, will you be a spectator in the stage of history? Or will you become a victor? Will you become a victor? Will you transcend the average man? Will you transcend the average woman? Will you become what you were meant to be? Today we will be covering 4 videos I want to share with you that are going to elevate your consciousness, continue unplugging you from the matrix, continue unplugging you from the system. Health, wealth, love, and happiness. Wherever you are around the world, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you, I commend you. You're amongst the glitches, you're amongst the few. The revolution has begun. You feel it. I feel it. Today we're going to be talking about the philosophy of the Matrix. It was long before the Matrix movies. It was brought to us by Plato. Plato spoke about this. Today I want to break it down. I want to dissect it for you. And then tonight, later on, we're going to be streaming with Sneeko on his Twitter, on his stream. And it's going to be a phenomenal time. Alrighty. Give it about a minute and a half. The peasants are asleep. The peasants wake up on a Saturday and they don't know what they're doing. You wake up with purpose. You wake up with fulfillment. It's time to accomplish your goals, baby. Come on. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's go, baby. Come on. This is your life. This is your life. The life that you have is the life that you chose. So choose wisely the next day, and the next day, and the next day, so that the future is the future that you chose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are doing well. That's the introduction. That's the introduction. Capital Club, guys, is going to be launching here very soon. I'm excited and delighted to bring that to you guys. And we are going to have a phenomenal stream today. Guys, let me start off by saying I'm proud of you guys for showing up on Saturday. When you show up, when you decide that the life that you want to live is worth living, that you're going to take it by the balls, by the horns, and you're going to become a victor and not a victim. That you're going to excel where people are weak, where you will become strong, where people fail. It's up to you. It is your choice. Somebody said, get on with it. Ban that kid that said, get on with it. Tell him to fuck off. I'll get on with whatever I want to say, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. We're going to first start talking about, I speak with a lot of people, and the first thing that people mention to me is, what do you think my family will say? What do you think my my friends will say when I begin to think these crazy things, right? When I begin to exit my comfort zone, people are going to ask you these things, right? And people are going to demand things from you. People are going to demand things from you that are of the matrix. People are going to demand things from you that are designed to keep you weak. They're going to ask you to go party. They're going to ask you to go bullshit. This is broke people mentality. Real winners, real victors stand true to their principles and elevate through trial and tribulation. As I mentioned before, there are few levels to the matrix. Most people never exit the first level. The first level is a financial level. It's understanding that the instruments of the world are designed by design to keep you subjugated, stupid, and distracted. Many years ago, Plato had an analogy about a man in a cave. And this man in the cave, in essence, had the same matrix-like experience that we all went through, right? Which is this understanding that something is fundamentally wrong with the system. We don't know what it is, but we feel the turmoil internally. We understand that many times it's very difficult to stand alone, to stand apart, to do what is right, to do what you know deep down you've been called to do. But as we continue to develop, as we continue to grow, as we continue to elevate, things become clear to us. Things become truth. So today we're going to be reacting to a couple videos. I want to break them down in real time. The first one is Plato's Cave. Plato's Cave. And this is the idea of living in an illusion. Way before the Matrix came out, way before all these philosophies came out or have been exposed to you young guys. These philosophies have been exposed and have been talked about for many centuries. They're not new trains of thoughts. They're not new belief systems. They've been around for a long time. So today, let's go ahead and cover that. It's going to be a great session, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to start with the cave. The cave, ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine prisoners that have spent their entire lives chained deep inside a cave. They have been chained so that they cannot see behind themselves, and they are forced to stare endlessly at the cave wall in front of them. Behind them, a fire is burning, and between the prisoners and the fire is a raised walkway. Now imagine that each day, a menagerie of objects crosses the walkway. Animals, and people carrying their wares to market. Their shapes create an intricate shadow play on the wall in front of the prisoners. This is the only world that the prisoners have ever known.
They live in the shadows.
The shadows.
They live in shadows.
And the echoes of unseen objects.
An illusion of what is real.
Now, imagine that a prisoner is released. After some time adjusting to the blinding light, the freed prisoner will begin to experience the world outside of the cave for the very first time. And it is like nothing he could have ever imagined. With his new perception of the world, the man will...
You need to have a new perception of the world, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be able to understand that the life that you've been born into is a life of slavery. From the moment you were born, everything that's been told about you is a lie. Every single thing. Go ask somebody, tell me who you are. Ask them, tell me who you are. Ask an individual to tell you this. They'll tell you their name. They'll tell you their profession. They'll tell you their family name. But these are just tags, titles. They'll tell you what party they voted for. They'll tell you how much money they have, the business endeavors that they've pioneered. But ask a person, who are you? Who are you truly at a deep, deep level? And a lot of people aren't able to answer that question because they've been chained from the moment they were born, enslaved. They've been looking at the shadows that Plato talks about, the shadows on the wall, chained, not able to look left, right, or behind them, not able to explore the truth and the vastness of the world. And that is the world a lot of us live in. So Plato talks about the allegory of the cave, and he talks about this in a very smooth and relaxed way, and I want to share this with you. It's a little bit long, but it's an early morning, so get your coffee, tune in.
Let me show in a parable to what extent our nature is enlightened or unenlightened. Envision human figures living in an underground cave with a long entrance across the whole width of the cave. Here they have been from their childhood and have their legs and necks chained so that they cannot move and can only see before them, being prevented by the chains from turning their heads around.
From the moment you were born, chains around you, left, right, and center. You need to go to school. You need to get jabbed. You need to listen to your parents. You need to listen to your authority. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got no freedom. From the moment you were born, the perception that you have is the perception you were given. There are things that people have yet to question. Yet to question. The moment you begin to question things is the moment you become free.
Above and behind them, a fire is blazing at a distance. They see only their own shadows, which the fire throws on the opposite wall of the cave.
They don't even see who they are.
For
They
how
see
could
the shadows
see
of who
anything
they
but
are.
the shadows if they were never allowed to move their heads?
Permission.
Between the fire and the prisoners, there is a raised way and a low wall built along the way like the screen which puppet players have in front of them, over which they show the puppets.
When you understand that there's puppet masters that run the world, they control the world.
Do you see men passing along the wall, carrying all sorts of
You
articles
understand
which
that the
they
money
hold
that's
projected
dangled in front
above the
of you, the
wall?
fame, the
Statues
popularity,
of
the
men and
status,
animals made of wood and stone
the
and
endeavors.
various materials?
They're all dingled in front of you to keep you blind. Like this,
Of
dangling
the
in front
objects
of you.
which are being carried in like manner, they would only see the shadows. And if they were able to converse with one another, would they not suppose that they were naming what was actually before them? And suppose further that there was an echo which came from the wall. Would they not be sure to think when one of the passers-by spoke that the voice came from the passing shadows? To
People
them,
believe that
the truth.
people believe that the messaging that's in front of them is true. They never question anything. People do not question anything that's in front of them. People don't question anything that's around them. They are blind. They're blind. They're looking at the shadows in front of the cave. They don't realize that sometimes somebody has to come along.
And now look again and see what will naturally follow
free
if
you.
one of the prisoners is released. At first, when he is liberated and compelled suddenly to stand up
People
and
love
turn
the
his head
shadows.
round
People
and
love
look
to live in
towards
the
light,
illusions because the moment that you question their beliefs, the moment that
all
you
this would
question
hurt him, and he would
that
be
maybe
much
what
too
they
dazzled
believed
to see
is
distinctly those things whose shadows he had seen before. And then conceive someone saying to him that what he saw before was an illusion. But that now, when he's approaching nearer to reality and his eyes turn toward more real existence, he has a clearer vision. What will be his reply? And you may further imagine that his instructor is pointing to the objects as they pass and requiring him to name them, will he not be perplexed? Will he not think that the shadows which he formerly saw are truer than the objects which are now shown to him? And suppose once more that he is reluctantly dragged up a steep and rugged ascent and held fast until he is forced into the presence of the sun himself. When he approaches the light, his eyes will be dazzled, and he will not be able to see anything at all of what are now called realities. He will require to grow accustomed to the sight of the upper world.
Guys, waking up is not easy. It's a process. It's a process of fasting from the things of the world, fasting from the things that have been exposed to you, fasting from the deception and the lies. TikTok is a lie, Instagram is a lie, Twitter is a lie, money is a lie, the school system is a lie. Everything around you is designed to keep you asleep. From the moment you were born, and I will continue to say this until I die, from the moment you were born, you've been a slave. And people, when they look back at it, they don't want to accept this reality because this reality tells them that their life so far has been fraudulent, has been fake, has been a waste, that they've been deceived. And nobody wants to be lied to. Nobody wants to feel like they're stupid.
First, you will see the shadows best. Next, the reflections of objects in the water, and then the objects themselves. Then he will gaze upon the stars and the spangled heavens, and the light of the moon. He will see the sky and the stars by night. Last of all, he will be able to see the sun. And not mere reflections of it in the water, but he will see the sun.
People are told that they're free. People are told that they live in a life that is full of freedom and opportunity. But then you evaluate their circumstances, how they truly live, and you realize that it was all an illusion. People's perception, how they perceive the world, or how they've been told to perceive the world, is usually what they believe to be true. But let me tell you about perception. Perception is merely a worldview. Perception is merely a perspective. If you can master the ability to look at something from multiple perspectives and not be biased or not look at something and assume that you know the ultimate truth, then you're going to be in a situation where you cannot be fooled. But this requires dedication, this requires consistency, and this requires focus.
In its own proper place, and not in another. And he will contemplate the sun as it is. Will he not then proceed to argue that it is the sun who gives the season and the years, and is the guardian of all that is in the visible world, and in a certain way the cause of all things which his fellows have been accustomed to behold?
The more informed you become, the more intelligent you become, the harder you become to be deceived.
And then reason about it. And when he remembered his old habitation and what was the wisdom of the cave and his fellow prisoners, do you not suppose that he would bless himself for the change and pity them? And if they were in the habit of conferring honors among themselves,
look at the peasants
who were the quickest to observe the passing shadows,
honoring each other,
and to remark which of them went before and which followed after.
The concept of the Matrix has been around for a very long time, guys.
Conclusions as to the future. Do you think that he would care for such honors and glories, or envy?
You don't want the honors of the cave. Do you think I give a fuck about what the cave has to offer? The illusions of this world? Or to live in a real world that is free, that is full of abundance and opportunity and freedom and life and prosperity and wealth. But instead, the slaves inside the cave, they offer each other accolades, they offer each other honors, fooling themselves, making themselves believe that they know the truth. And the story continues.
The quickest to observe the past.
And the story continues that as the man goes and begins to free the individuals that were casting doubts upon his new worldview, they became angry. And the reason they became angry is because their worldview about the shadows had been questioned. But the moment that they questioned the shadows, well, the shadows no longer are the same way. They must not be real. But people have something that's called cognitive dissonance. And you begin to question, is the life that I'm living actually real? And you go out and you visualize it again. You say, let me show you the evidence. Let me show you the evidence that the life that I live is real. Let me bring you the evidence of abundance, the evidence that I live a life worth and full of opportunity. So as the truth seeker goes and meets his fellow men, he becomes concerned. And the reason he becomes concerned is because the moment you tell people that the life that they live is a life that is full of lies, they become angry. Do not steal the shadows from me. He's trying to steal my shadow. He's trying to take what belongs to me. And eventually, you end up realizing that you're in a situation where you are alone. Not only are you alone, but you're going to be made fun of. Consistently, always, and forever. Now the question is, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that is comfortably sitting in their chains in the shadow, observing the shadows on the wall, or do you want to be the person that lives a life of freedom? Well, life of freedom first requires your ability to listen to people that have become free. Second is your ability to realize that maybe the life that you live is fake, that it's a lie, but the reason you dress the way that you dress, the reason that you talk the way that you talk, the reason you think the way that you think is because another person has imposed those things upon you, and you're nothing more than an imprint of other people's philosophies and worldviews. The truth is, everything you've been told about the world is a lie. And the reason I'm telling you this consistently over the last couple days is because people forget. People forget. You'll finish the stream, you'll go back to doing the same exact thing, the same way that you were doing the thing before, and nothing will change. But in order to have a different world, in order to have a different life, you must become a different person. Many of you guys are familiar with a film. It's called The Matrix. And The Matrix has a scene called The Woman in the Red Dress. And the woman in the red dress is the illusion. It's the thing that grasps you deep, that holds you, enslaves you, that makes you turn your head. But the woman in the red dress is against you. The woman in the red dress is part of the system.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters. The very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And
your family, your parents, your school teachers, the people that make fun of you, the people that are always criticizing you, they're not ready to be unplugged. They're not ready to be woken up. They're not ready to see the truth. So don't be discouraged. Don't feel like you're fighting against the world. There's other people like us.
And that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
They'll fight to protect everything in the system.
Protect it.
They'll protect the system and they don't even know why they'll protect it. They'll protect the shadows on the
You're
wall.
looking at the woman in the red dress.
And the moment you realize it, boom, baby. You got to be focused. You have to live a life of focus. A life where you're truly in charge. And you can't be in charge unless you're awake. And we understand this. It's very interesting. I was on Twitter and I had somebody send me this video, which is CBDCs. For people that don't know what CBDCs are, they are central bank digital currencies. Central bank digital currencies are going to be digital currencies that the government owns in the federal, excuse me, not the government, let me rephrase that, the Federal Reserve and central banking systems. And these are programmable tokens. What is a programmable token? A programmable token is a token that they can manipulate in and out. And basically what he continues to say is, with CBDCs, central bank digital currency, central banks will have the absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of expression of the central bank liability, and also will have the technology to enforce it. So what does this mean? This means if these guys don't want you to spend their money, and this is coming, guys, you saw the revolution with Bitcoin, and the system realized maybe we can appropriate the same technology, just like they appropriate every technology, and continue enslaving humanity. This guy right here is the head of the Bank of International Settlements, one of the most powerful men in the world. And this is what he says.
Analysis on CBDC, in particular for the use of general use, we tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there.
So they want to create this product, this fake money that they can control. What happens when you misbehave? What happens when you go on YouTube and you say the wrong thing? Well, they can freeze your money. Well, if they don't want you to spend money on meat, they want you to spend money on vegan soy boy bullshit, well, they can just deprogram the money from being spent on meat. This is what they're trying to do.
For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today.
They want to know everything that you do. Every dollar that you spend, where you spend it, how you spend it, what you do, where you are, what you think. And if you do not comply, they'll destroy you. They might not destroy you physically, but they'll destroy your finances, your reputation, your career. They'll do everything in their power to keep you enslaved, to keep you in the system, to keep you looking at the illusion, the shadows on the wall, feeling like you're living a life of freedom, but in reality, you're living a lie, a complete lie.
A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute...
Listen to this, guys. Please listen to this. This isn't some bullshit, okay? I need you to listen to this. The central bank, a private institution,
central bank will have absolute control.
Absolute control. They are telling you, our money that we are creating that will be programmable, we will have absolute control on the rules and regulations of how this money is spent.
On the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also we will have the technology to enforce that. Those two issues are extremely important, and that makes a huge difference with respect to what
the guy literally, guys, the head of the Bank of International Settlements, they settle international money, has literally just told you that they are working on a technology where they're going to take money, and it won't be real money, it'll just be like a coupon, where they'll be able to program it and unprogram it left, right, and center change the rules as they want to, print as much of it as they want to. If you don't obey, you don't follow the rules, and you don't get the jab, and you don't take the pills, and you don't comply, and you don't watch the news, they can deprogram your money. They'll tell you what to spend it on, what not to spend it on, and you'll be a complete slave. That's why it's pretty important. It's pretty important to start getting serious about your life. It's important to start getting serious about your life. The reason I became serious about my life and why I made millions of dollars wasn't so that I could, get a Lambo and flex on the broke boys. It wasn't for that bullshit. It was because I wanted freedom. You cannot be a man unless you're free. You cannot be a man unless you're free. That is the number one step to freedom, is understanding. You can't understand things unless you are focused, unless you're dedicated, unless you are intentional. I talk a lot about intentionality, living a life of intention, a life of purpose. Most people wake up like accidents. Most people don't know why they do what they do. They have the dollar, they go and work for the dollar, but they don't know why they got the dollar. They've been told that the dollar is the greatest thing ever since they've been born, that you got to buy gold, that you got to buy your girl a diamond ring, and the girl's been told that, well, if a guy doesn't give you a diamond ring, then he doesn't truly love you. These are all psyops. Psyops to keep you stupid. Psyops to keep you enslaved and spending your hard-earned money on bullshit. While these guys, these fat fucks, are here getting mad rich, right? Mad rich on your dime, getting mad rich, stealing from you. And this is something I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, left-wing, liberal, blah, 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 all this bullshit-ass nonsense, right? I don't care. The truth is, it applies to you. We can all agree. So how do you get out? First, you must free your mind. You must understand that most of the things that you believe are a lie. By the way, guys, we got 485 people here. Shout out to everybody. Today we got about an hour-long stream. We got one more video. I got some other work to do today. Got some money to make. I got 2 text messages, extremely important messages, from 2 very important people regarding some monetary things that are going to be taking place. By the way, guys, Capital Club Europe is going to be taking place in September. You guys will be hearing about how to book your spot on that. We have 485 people live, I believe. I want 485 likes. It costs you nothing. Wow. Guys, if you're not awake, if this isn't bothering you, the information that I'm sharing with you is information that people don't share. You're not going to get this on the news. You're not going to get this. You're not going to get this anywhere. You're going to get it here. You're going to get it here. You need to start look at yourself today in the mirror and be like, bro, is this the life that I really want to live? A life of slavery, a life where I'm subjugated to the system, a life where, if I misbehave, they steal everything from me. Do I really want to live a life where the government tells me, if I don't want this chick anymore and I'm married to her, I got to give her 50% of everything. I got all this bullshit. You have to understand that every government organization is in it to control every aspect of your life. Do you know that driver's licenses in the United States, I don't know about the rest of the world, do you know that you can technically drive without a driver's license? Even the cops don't know this shit. A driver's license is necessary for commercial travel. This is in the law, federal law. You only need a driver's license for commercial driving. But if you're doing point A to point B leisure traveling, right? You technically do not need a driver's license, nor do you need license plates. But most of you guys do what you've been told since the moment you were born, because that's all you know. If you guys see my car here, you'll realize exactly what I mean. Do your own research. Do your own research regarding this topic. But of course, you can't not have a license, because the drones that are in blue suits and enforcing rules that they don't understand themselves, right, and like to exert power upon the weak, they don't know the rules either. So, yes, and that's real. You can do your own research. You can literally just start looking up why driver's license aren't real. Even your social security number, right? You have an EIN in the bank and you have a social security number. Your social security number is a tax identification number that's assigned to you at birth, but you are a corporation that is listed as a bond. You have a price, you are a product, and the government doesn't view you as an individual. They view you as an entity. They view you as an entity. That's why when you get put in jail, they don't put away in jail the free human that you are. They put in jail, right, the entity, right? And you can study all these things. These are all real things. They're real things. I want to explain something about how these organizations work and, you know, GOV and things of this nature. They're the biggest mobsters of all time. Imagine I have a crew, right? A crew of like 100 dudes. And we go into we walk down a road and we go to every business, right? And we tell them, we'll protect you, right? But you got to give us 50% or 30%. We'll protect you, but you got from all these foreign enemies, but you got to give us 30%. We'll make sure that your streets are clean, but you got to give us 30%. We'll make sure that the roads are good, but you got to give me 30%. If I was just a random dude and I enforced you to do that because it's forcing, what would you call me? You'd call me a mobster. You would say I would have cases of racketeering over my head. But because you guys have allowed somebody else to do it, you call them the government. You call them the boss. Oh, man. We'll protect you, but we'll protect you from these foreign powers. We'll protect you from these little farmers in Yemen that are getting bombed. Man, it's unbelievable that people are not awake, that people are not able to realize these things. But that's why we're here, right? There's a lot of young cats watching the stream. Guys, my first recommendation is don't go to university. That's the first recommendation. University is a waste of time, it's a waste of money, it's a scam from top to bottom, every single one of them. They're there to continue indoctrinating you. And everybody in life is all about chasing the bullshit, doing what you've been told, doing what you've been told. You arrive in first grade, they tell you gotta study, you study. You get A's, you get A's. Okay, perfect. You don't get A's, you get B's. They tell you do better, you gotta get A's. Isn't that the most psychotic fucking behavior? Imagine telling a 14-year-old, imagine looking at a 14-year-old with disdain, with disgust because they got a C or a D in their grade because they don't fucking care about that dumbass tectonic plate, planets and all that bullshit that doesn't affect your life, right? Imagine you call a kid a failure because his focus isn't your focus. And that's the reality that a lot of these kids live in. That's the reality that a lot of these people live in. They live in a reality that is fabricated by other individuals. And if that's you, you can be free, but you have to take control of your life. You know? Quit playing the fucking Fortnite games, bro. Start picking up a book. Start living life. Start questioning your beliefs. Now, it's a little bit difficult if you have no money and you live under your parents' roof and you have nowhere to go. But then you have to start plotting your escape plan, right? Like how do you get out? How do you plot your escape plan? Well, the first one is you need a network and you need a community and you need money. That is the 101. We understand this, right? Us wealthy people, we understand this. But you can't have money unless you know what money is. So tomorrow's stream, we're going to be breaking down the Federal Reserve, fractional reserve banking. What is money? And we're going to make sure that you guys get educated. But I want to make one point very fucking clear. Okay, I want to make one point extremely clear. And the point is, the central banks, which control the money supply, just as the Federal Reserve, the IMF, right? These guys are about to make money out of thin air. They're about to print money out of thin air. Thin air. And they're going to tell you, oh shit, I was not recording the stream, guys, damn it. Anthony, you're going to kill me. I didn't record this, bro. Oh well, who cares, right? On to the next one. Start recording from here. Is this recording? Test, stop recording. Hang on. Oh, I think I was recording. Test widgets. Damn it. I clicked the... Is this the recording? Let me give me start recording. There we go. Anyways, I was not recording, guys. It's all good. Doesn't matter. I delete half of these videos anyway because most people aren't ready for them. So since most people aren't ready for them, I'm just not going to give it to them. I'm going to start recording it now. We'll keep moving. Let me turn on some of this AC. It's kind of hot in here. We got 500 people watching. It's Saturday. Most people last night got drunk. They got wasted. They wasted a ton of time. They wasted money. They made somebody else's dreams come true. What about your dreams? What about your life? You're not willing to sacrifice anything, bro. Most people aren't willing to sacrifice anything. They want to have all the pleasures in life, but they're not willing to sacrifice anything in life in order to get that. But you are different. I know you're different. That's why you're here. We're going to watch one more video, guys. It's called In Shadow. Oh, somebody said it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday, Saturday, same thing. When you got money, days don't really matter. Monday's Thursday, Thursday's Friday, Friday's 6, whatever. We have 495 viewers here. Before I play this last video, I need 495 likes. We got 502 people here. Before I play this final video that's going to wake you the fuck up, okay? I need you guys to click the like button. Anthony, tell me when we hit that number, okay? Like the damn video, or we're not playing this shit. Anthony, give me the green light when you want me to play this video for all the people on stream. Bro, when you're rich, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. When you got money, Monday's Thursday, you don't gotta clock in. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the same thing I did today while all the peasants go to work. You know, on Saturday, the peasants are gonna be like, oh, it's my day off, let's go fishing. Oh, but they, you know, what they're thinking about on Saturday and Sunday is how dreadful Monday's going to be. And on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, they're going to be thinking about how amazing Friday is going to be when they get to go back home. And they live the life of slavery consistently and persistently, always and forever, because they do not think. If you can think outside of the box, days don't fucking matter. Calendars, all this bullshit, all this garbage, it's man-made, fabricated. Why should you work 5 days a week? I work every single day. I work on my dreams. I work on my future every single day. I'm not working on anybody else's future. I'm not working on anybody else's dreams. I'm working on my own shit. And I do that every single day. All right, we need 100 more likes. Don't be a fucking pleb. Hit that like button, and we're going to run it up. If not, I'll just end the stream now. JK. Let's get this running. Somebody said, no worries, plebs. I am recording live. All right, good. Glad you recorded that. All right, sounds good. Give me the green light, Anthony. We good to go? Imagine being in a situation. Imagine being in a situation, okay, where you work in a cubicle, and this is a lot of people, right? This is a lot of people. So I'm not hating on hard work. I'm hating on the mindset. I'm hating on the mindset of slavery. It's a mindset that is designed to keep you oppressed. It's designed to keep you oppressed. I need you guys to I need you guys fucking in these comments, bro. Imagine being in a situation where a boss tells you when you can clock in, when you clock out, when you can have your lunch break, when you can go potty, when you can take a piss, when you can do all your shit. Have you done your calls today, Jeff? Did you answer the email chain? Imagine that's the extent of your fucking life. It's horrible. Now, I understand sometimes people got to do what people got to do, and it's all good. You know, sometimes you got to go secure your bag. You got to do what you got to do. But just because you have to do it now doesn't mean you have to do it for 40 years. There's a new generation that is rising. It's the new generation, and it's the generation of freedom. I truly believe it. You know, as a multimillionaire, as somebody that's been able to leave this matrix, I understand the process. But a lot of you guys have not only a ton of benefits, but you also have a lot more distractions. So many more distractions, things keeping you down. When I got my first phone, my first phone was a little fucking flip phone that had no internet, no Wi-Fi, no none of that shit, when I was like 16 years of age. Now kids are exposed to cellular devices, Wi-Fi, porn, social media, YouTube by the time they're 6. Parents, instead of raising their kids to be absolute legends, they give them a fucking iPad and then they go watch the football game. No wonder your kid is fucked up. You don't raise them. You don't raise them the right way. You don't raise them with intention. You leave him to the fucking iPad to distract him. Are you out of your damn mind? Most of you guys shouldn't even have kids if they're gonna end up being just as terrible and fucking annoying as you are. So that's why the circle repeats itself over and over again. All right, guys, let's watch this last video. So it's a little bit on the serious side, so it's a 10-minute video. It's called In Shadow. And In Shadow is going to talk and give a nice little breakdown of the world. Are you guys ready? Spam the one if you guys are ready. Give me the like button. Porn, it's not whether porn should be banned or not, right? This is what we need to understand. These things, porn, drugs, blah, 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 they're always going to be around, right? They're always going to be around. It's part of human nature. It is what it is. People like to get fucked in the ass. People like these gay orgies. You can't ban this stuff, right? You can't ban these things because the truth is people will do it whether it's banned or not. The truth is what you need to do is you need to focus on the things that are going to elevate you and put you towards your goal. That's what you need to focus on. Organic coconut water. That's what we drink. Organic coconut water. Amazing. Heavenly. How would you raise your children outside of the matrix? Well, if I had kids, the first thing I would do is I would dedicate my entire life to raising them. That's why I don't have kids, because I need to become a lot better and I need to level up at a bigger proportion, at a bigger level than I am today in order to make my kids absolute killers. We know that, right? We know that. All right, let's watch this last video. Are you guys having fun? Are you guys having a good time on stream today? You know, you guys can be doing your thing, be working, be hanging out. I'm glad that we get to hang out for a little bit every single day and have a good time. Let me tell you something. Somebody asked me a question. They asked me, is weed bad for you? Well, it depends. It depends on your goals, right? Many times in life, same thing as an athlete, right? If you want a high performance athlete, you're not going to recommend him to be out here eating certain foods. You're not going to recommend him to have certain sleep cycles. It's the same thing with weed and everything. The problem isn't weed. The problem is you, right? Your inability to control your consumption of it. The problem isn't whether you eat, or you drink a Red Bull. The problem is, are you chugging 8 Red Bulls every single day? The problem is you. Don't blame it on the weed. Now, weed has its pros, weed has its cons, but a lot of you guys should not be smoking weed because it's holding you down. You're dumb as fuck, you're poor. You haven't earned the privilege to smoke weed. Do you understand that that's the privilege of somebody that can actually chill? What I've realized with cannabis is that it desensitizes you from your stress. It desensitizes you from your pain. And many of you need to embrace the pain and embrace the stress and ask yourself, why am I stressed? Well, maybe it's because there's something in my life that I need to change, in order for me to reduce that stress and increase my level of happiness. So instead of ignoring the problem, burying it with fucking weed, antidepressant pills, you need to confront it. You need to address it. You need to look it in the face and be like, what am I going to do to change? So the problem isn't weed, the problem is you. And the moment you understand that you are responsible, you take control for your life, you put down the fucking weed, you pick up a damn book, right? And you live a life of balance. That is true winning. All right, let's watch this shit. You guys ready? You guys having fun? You guys having a good stream? Who's leaving better today than they came yesterday? I am, that's for sure. Are you leaving better today than you were yesterday? That's the purpose of every single stream. Are you leaving today better than you were yesterday? Every single day, baby, a little bit better, a little bit better. People want to just fucking go really hard. John Maxwell talks about this analogy, you know? If you have a backyard full of trees that you need to cut them all down, right? And you have your axe. He talks about this principle that what you might have to do instead of just going out the first day and chopping this shit 15 hours and then going back home, and then the second day you're like, oh, I'm gonna go 5 hours the next day, and the next day I'm gonna go 2 hours. What John Maxwell says is maybe just go out every single day for 1 hour. 1 hour. Every single day. Instead of going out, and people are like, dude, they go to the gym for a fucking week and they're like, oh yeah, my body's sore, my body's sore. Week 2, they don't go anymore. Oh, but I'm not seeing the results, man. Oh, it's genetics. It ain't fucking genetics. You just haven't put in the work. You're not consistent. And we understand a very basic principle that consistency compounds. When you consistently lay down a brick the right way, a perfect way, then you zoom out and you have a fucking mansion. You're like, whoa, how did I get that? By doing the exact same thing consistently, day after day after day, better than everybody else, more times than other people, and eventually you become a master. You become a master. Somebody said, opinion on being 22 and having a business that's brick and mortar biz, profit you around 20K a month. I'm not physically working every day. What's the next move? The next move is you need to find you're making 20 grand a month, right? So if you're netting 20 grand a month, let's say the business is netting 20, you keep half of it, right? The next thing I would do is you got to level up your circle, right? You got to level up your circle, and you need to find a second stream of income as long as you're not putting in massive amounts of effort, right? You don't need to spam that stone. I read it. You don't need to, you need to find a circle, right? A circle of people that are making 50K. So if you're making 20K a month, find a circle that makes 50K a month and learn from them. And this is something I was telling my friends the other day. I was sitting in my car and I was driving and I'm like, damn, every time I hang out with my friends, I feel poor. And I was like, damn, that's why I'm successful. Because every time I hang out with my friends, every single time, my friends are older, they're like 40, they're like 50, they've sold companies for billions of dollars in cash. And I sit there, I'm like, damn, I feel poor. And the reason I'm successful is because I don't have friends that rub my ego and call me the GOAT and call me the greatest of all time and the best. I ain't the fucking best yet, but I will be if I start hanging out with people that are truly the best. And when you have the humility to recognize that, right, that you need to be in a place that pushes you, that's why you guys are here in stream, you become better. You become better. Somebody said, you wear contacts, G? No, I don't wear contacts. I have 20/20 vision, baby. Alrighty, Anthony, give me the green light, brother, to this to the last video. And we might start. Do you guys like streams at this time? Do you guys like streams at the evening time? When do you guys prefer this? Give me the best time of the day in Eastern time zone. Somebody talks about ADHD, bro. There's no such thing as ADHD. That didn't exist 100 years ago. You had to get up and do your fucking work. You had to get up and do what you wanted to do. First of all, if you can't pay attention to something, you need to start cutting out the dopamine, the bullshit fucking scrolling. Look at this shit. Like this, all fucking day. All fucking day. This is what you do. 24/7. Bam, 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 bam. This is what you do. All day. All day, bro. All fucking day, this is what you do. It's annoying. And then somehow you're supposed to have a high attention span. You can't sit down and fucking develop. Oh, I have ADHD. I can't focus. Well, if you continue telling yourself that, you won't be able to focus. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Anthony, give me the green light. By the way, guys, post this on your stories. I want a screenshot, tag me. I'm going to be doing a little giveaway. Post on your stories the stream with the link. You got the link right there. I'm still getting used to the stamina of doing these live streams. I have this fucking ring light back here that's so gay. It gives me like a headache. Should earning money always need to be legal? Ask Chase Bank, ask Pfizer, ask Johnson & Johnson that question. And there you're gonna have your answer. Now, legal and moral are two different things, but of course, do the things by the book. It's always the best policy, always. Do a story on this, on the stream. You gotta get the fucking peasants over here, guys. Come on. You know what it is. How gay is it? It's pretty gay. I'll show you how gay it is. Look how wide that circle is. Was that a gay joke? Was that too much? Is that gonna get me banned? We can't take jokes any day. No more jokes. Just jokes on straight white guys. Those are the only acceptable jokes nowadays. Luke, face your ring light towards the wall. Genius man. I might do that. Smart man, smart man. All right, let's watch this shit, guys. Last video. And we're running it. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Who's ready for this video? Everybody likes fast pace, all this gay type content. They're all loud, they're obnoxious, they have low quality content. And you know, and I have people hitting me up, oh bro, this is boring. This is boring because you're a dumb fuck, bro. It's boring because you're a dumb fuck. You could never sit through a finance class. That's why you're broke, bitch. That's why you're broke. You gotta elevate. You gotta elevate to a new level. You have to become a man. You have to put away childish things. A lot of you guys think the same way. You've been thinking for years and years and years, and you wonder why you get the same results. No wonder you get the same results. You're the same fucking person. All right, let's run this shit. I need it. This guy Roland nonsense. Get on with the money. Get on with the video. Get on with it, bro. You want fast food. You want fast gratification. That's why you're a fucking noob. All right, let's run it. This is called In Shadow, guys. A film about the current situation of the world. You guys ready? Let's play. everybody around you walks like this, in their own problems, in their own bullshit, with their head down. They don't want to hear what anybody else has to say. They're focused on their own thing. Anytime you want to talk about truth, they cover their ears because people want to live in a lie. Is this anybody's parent? Comment 1 if this is what they tell you the American dream's about. If you got family members like this, you know, slaving away for a big box. Imagine that the extent of your life, the extent of the value of your life is determined by the size of the box that you live in. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This is most people, guys. This is a sad reality that we live in. Houses, cars, bullshit. Activate the mask, baby. Don't be who you're meant to be. Be what they tell you. This is what they advertise to you. This is what they advertise. They advertise a mask. They tell you who you have to become, what you have to do, the type of life you need to live, and it's not real happiness. It's bullshit. It's fake. It's fabricated, and it's absolute garbage that somebody else is perpetrating on you. Well, let me go to the club. Let me go party. Let me have a good time. They get home back at night, suicidal, alone. They have no purpose. It's a fucking scam. There's something called let me explain something, guys. There's something called the blood-brain barrier. This is a barrier that's created, naturally inside your body as you're a baby. When you're a baby, this blood-brain barrier is not formed. The number one solvent for this thing, something called petroleum, has heavy metal toxicity. Can somebody pull up the recommended amount by the GOV or by the whatever? It's like 22 of them. 22. The moment you're born, you are a product. The moment you're born, you are a product. They suck away your creativity, they suck away your freedom, they suck away your humanity, they suck away everything that makes you human, and they want to make you a drone. They want to make you like everybody else. They want to make you asexual, genderless, a robot, a drone. No creativity, no imagination, no freedom, no substance, no value, just a cog in the damn machine. The machine. This is the bullshit now that's being propagated. The pussy popping, the objectification of women, the reduction of the sanctity of females. Yeah, but my idol's Brad Pitt. I want to be like Kim Kardashian because I've seen her on TV and I want to be like her. Look at the life that she lives. Puppets. Every single one of them are puppets, enslaved, part of the system, indoctrinated, dictated to be what they are told to be. They are slaves, glorified slaves. They were just given a couple houses. They're just given a couple mansions, a couple dimes. They're slaves. Every single one of them. And these are the people that you worship. These are the people that you idolize. These are the people you respect. But he's award nominated. He's award nominated. But he's award nominated. He's got a Grammy. He's got a Grammy. People filling themselves. They try to fill themselves up. Their void. The void that's internal. They try to fill it up with everything. With their phone, with loves, with relationships, with accolades, with work. They try to fill themselves up with everything. And what I realized when I made tens of millions of dollars is that money only solves money problems. And then you're left with problems that money cannot solve. The problems that you're actually going through, money can't solve half of that shit. Do you understand that? But first you need to get the money. The money is important. And the reason it's important is because it lets you solve the petty shit that lets you then focus on yourself. The journey of self-betterment, the journey of progression, the journey of elevation. I need that fucking spam button, guys. If you're getting educated as fuck, if this is motivating to you, if this is making you leave better today than you were yesterday, come on, baby. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? They went from having physical masks to virtual masks. Everybody lies. Everybody says who they say that they are. They're not. They're broke of the mind. They're fucked up. That's why the comments don't matter. That's why the hate doesn't matter. Because you're getting it from people that are dumb. People that are asleep. While the little white kids in America are playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, whatever bullshit's out next, we're telling people that they got to enlist in 4 or 6 years to go protect their country around the world, Yemen, Liberia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Vietnam, all these countries. Look at the kids around them getting bombed the fuck up. And oh yeah, let me go play some shooting games. Look at the simps praising the woman full of insecurities that has a void that she has to fill. Look, praising them with all that fucking jizz coming around. Look at that. That's most of you guys with your OnlyFans bullshit, with your Pornhub bullshit, with your sex addiction bullshit. Most of you guys have no boundaries, no limits. To you, every single woman is an object. You don't understand that women are actually to be protected. And that's why you treat them like shit, because you view them like shit. And the reason you view them like shit is because the system has told you that they are a product. I want to talk about the meat industry. I want to talk about the food industry for a second. You guys ready? All right. So I was vegan for about a year and a half. I don't recommend it as a full diet of your entire lifespan unless you have like a moral dilemma in some way, shape, or form. But this mass industrialization of food, look at this. This is the type of food that people consume. People consume hot dogs. People are out here consuming fucking McFlurries and bacon and all this garbage and trash that isn't good for your system, and they don't understand that what they put in their system is what they eat. I'm no longer a vegan. It's a really unhealthy diet for me because diets are personalized when it comes to a lot of problems that I have internally, like in my system. That doesn't allow for that to be an optimal diet. But it's interesting that everything that we give to the system, farming, food, water, clothing, education, they fuck it all up. Every single piece of it. That's how they hold you. I got cancer. I don't know why I got cancer, but I'm eating the fucking Twinkies. I don't know why. I got a tumor. I'm in my 20s. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I sleep with my cell phone next to my head with all the radiation. What's wrong with me? Doctor, come. Give me some pills. Prescribe me some pills. I need some help. I'm dying. They're killing you slowly. You are a product. How many times do I have to say this? You are a product. If you are not sick, you are not profitable. If you are sick, you are profitable. Do you understand yet? Have you not seen the last 2 years? Do you not understand yet? They're all in bed together. They're going to keep pumping shit for the rest of their life, bro, if you continue being asleep. Do you not get it? How much more clear does it have to be? How much more information do you have to keep your eyes open? Do you not see this? You trust the politicians, they fuck you over. You trust the doctors, they fuck you over. I want to pull something up real quick. Before we continue with the shit, I want to pull something up. I want to talk about I'm about to blow your fucking mind up. You ready for this? So everybody talks about COVID, everybody talks about all this bullshit. I want to share with you guys a very valuable statistic. So we talk about all these insider deals that are happening, all these insider deals that we all know are real, and if you don't know that they're real, you're a clown, you're asleep, and you don't fucking get it. You want me to put a stat in front of your face that's gonna blow your fucking mind away? Ready? The third leading cause of death in the United States is medical malpractice. Medical malpractice is the third largest killer. I love how that turned off right away. Medical malpractice is the third largest killer and responsible for deaths in the US. But my doctor... Diagnostic errors. They tell you something's wrong that ain't wrong. Medical errors. Oh, no, well, we didn't do this right. Delayed treatments. Well, if you don't got the money, bitch. If you don't got the money. If you don't got the money. And then you're okay, and then you're okay trusting them.
But bro, the doctor, he has a white robe on and he has degrees. He went to school.
The stats are in front of your fucking face. They're in front of your face. How much more obvious does it have to be that the system is trying to kill you? It's in front of you 24/7. People are getting murdered. People are getting killed. All this stuff.
Oh, yeah, but gun control, we need to control guns.
Yeah, but what about this? Maybe we got to control these clowns a little bit more. These guys.
Yeah, go get your 401k. Your 401k, because the little old lady, when you retire, you're going to need to live on that Social Security pension,
Look at that two-faced fucking clown. Racism exists everywhere. Oh, racism is the cause for my slavery. It's all planned. They launder all your fucking money. Every single dime that was printed in the last 2 years has been laundered. All of it has been laundered from the government, from the Fed to through the government to private industry, pumped into the stock market, cashed out by multi-billionaires. Look, keep quiet, baby. Keep quiet. That's what they tell you. And if you don't, you'll get fucking hanged. For profit, baby. That's how these people work. Print it, baby. Print it out of thin air. Whose parents are like this? Whose parents are like this? They listen to the fucking banker, they listen to the doctor, they listen to the mortgage guy, they listen to the insurance guy, they listen to the politician, they listen to everybody except using their own fucking head.
Oh my gosh, yes, blindfolded. Oh, yes, lead me, tell me what I need to do.
Peasants, sheep. Whose family member lives this way? They ride you around, holding this infinite money that they print. Infinite money that they print. Infinite, unlimited. We are $31 trillion in debt, and you guys don't even comprehend what that means. Guess what's the first thing to leave? Before the guns and the coke are introduced and they're redlined, right? Their district is redlined. The first thing that they take away is the father figure of the home. That is the first thing you do to fuck up a person. That is the first thing you do to fuck up an individual, is to take away the father figure. Do you know that a person is 5 times more likely to commit suicide if they don't have a father in their home? 5 times more likely. That's the first thing that they take away. So before we start talking about slavery, before we start talking about the wage gap, before we start talking about sexism and all this bullshit, let's start talking about why they're taking fathers outside of the home, why they're not letting parents raise their own children. Why? Why? Why is this happening? I'll tell you why. Because of parent
is now the government. The father is now the government. That is what it is. It's designed to destroy you. Introduce guns, introduce cocaine, redline these people, put them in Section 8, lock them all up. No wonder they have the life that they have. And then this is their role model. This fucking dork. All of them. Gold chains, yeah. Oh, how much is your Rolex worth? Oh, let me twerk on your car. All you fucking clowns buying iced out diamond ass shit. And I'm telling you, I've bought this stuff. But let me tell you something, bro. People live for a chain. To get a chain. To get validation from something else. Do you know that those diamonds, a lot of them are blood diamonds? They actually come from fucking, like places where people get killed? Have you not seen the movie, Blood Diamond? Go watch that movie. It'll give you some context before you buy that dumb shit. Let them fight. Let the peasants fight. This is what's happening right now on social media. This is what's happening right now on social media. They want to keep you dumb. They want to keep you distracted. They want to keep you quiet. But they know that if you are by yourself, you cannot be silenced. You'll talk in private. But no, we got to keep that person quiet. Keep that person in check. Everybody's trying to keep each other in check. Every single person. It's absolutely insane. This is how people operate. Yapping on Twitter. Well, this is what Biden did. This is what Barack did. This is what Trump did. All this bullshit. Do you understand that they don't care? You guys want me to go heavy? Look up this guy. I can't say his name, but you guys know what he looks like, right? He sits in an office, okay? Sits in an office, used to. And look up how many times he bombed the Middle East. Look it up. And then look up what pedophiles call pizza and hot dogs. And then look at who was on Epstein's island. Just do your own research. But we don't want to tap into that too much because it might get a little bit too heavy for you. Two political parties, two wings of the same bird, the same brain. They swap them out. It's all in control. It's all controlled. It's the same bullshit over and over and over and over again. You don't make it to these places in power without compromising yourself. It doesn't work that way, guys. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, yell at each other, get butt fucked by the politicians. Nothing changes. They'll tell you it changes. Nothing changes. All the politicians, all the judges, all the people in the highest echelons of society, they're all in their swinger gay orgies. They're all snorting coke. Look at Biden's son. He's literally known to be a crackhead. A crackhead. We know this. That hangs out and sleeps with prostitutes. Most likely uses money that he didn't earn. That's just an allegation, of course. I can't prove it. But the videos are out there. Look at it for yourself. What they tell you not to do is what they do. 10 years ago, most people would not have believed you. Things had to get so bad. Things had to get so bad, okay? So bad that they had to put one dude in prison, cap him in prison, and then the other bitch, Ghislaine, got 20 years in prison. Who else? Where's the damn list? I've been waiting for that list for a long ass time. I don't know where that list is. Where's the list? Can somebody tell me where the list is? I'm looking for the list of all the people that were on that island. I'm going to find that list tomorrow. We're going to talk about that list, all right? Run that shit. Who remembers the War on Terror when the Jenga towers collapsed? Who remembers that when the Jenga towers collapsed? Do you remember? Do you remember that? Do you remember the Jenga towers when it collapsed? Oops, we got some close that window. And then I gotta close this window. Wrong side. Do you guys remember the Jenga towers when they collapsed? Do you remember? What did they tell you? Oh, it's the Iraqis. It's the Iraqis. They're the ones that are at fault. They'll always blame another person, brother. Make you afraid. Make you afraid. Keep you a slave to the system. That's what they'll tell you. They're going to keep you a slave to the system. They're going to keep you afraid. And for the people that didn't tune in, Anthony on Discord, send me real quick the let me pull it up. I'm going to show it to you guys. Watch this. It's going to make you laugh. Watch this, guys. You guys are gonna laugh at this. This is the bullshit. This is the bullshit that they want us to deal with. This is the bullshit that they want us to deal with. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up so that you guys understand. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. Watch this. You ready for this? Switch it over. You guys know who this guy is, right? Ready? So, timestamp date. This was August 4th, 2002. So, not 11 months, right? 11 months after the Jenga towers hit, right? We know this. I want you guys to watch this thing. So, we're talking about the idea, right? We're talking about the idea that we all live in, they put us in terror. An automatic terror. They tell you that the bad man is somewhere else. They're not going to tell you who the bad man is. Of course, they would never tell you that. They'll just tell you, you got to be afraid of the bad man. But eventually, you realize that the bad man doesn't really exist, that the bad man's been capping you, and that the bad man's the one that's telling you that the bad man, the boogeyman, is somewhere else. Watch this shit.
We have started, and we must not let them. For the sake of humanity, for the Palestinians who suffer, for the sake of the Israelis who are under attack, we must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
Watch this drive. This motherfucker lives in his own bubble, his own illusion, and watch this shit. His swing is the gayest thing I've seen in my entire life. Look at this man. Even his swing is gay, and it's fake. Look at that. He finishes it for the photo. Look at that. Nice, man. Nice. Let's go make some money over there in Iraq. Now watch this drive. That's how delusional these people live. That's the world that these guys live in. So don't come to me with no conspiracy bullshit when all I'm saying is I'm covering things that are publicly out there. I'm not making these things up. These things are publicly out there. And when you understand these things, then you can start making money. Because you're going to understand how the system is and how the system is played. Let's continue, guys. We're almost done here with the video. I hope you guys leave better today than you were yesterday. I truly do. I put in some serious effort into getting not only educated for myself, guys, but you know, I'm in a place now, like I said before, I am financially independent, and I'm in a place where I can say these things. You know, I don't give a fuck. Spam 1, guys, if you're leaving better today than you were yesterday. It's not whether he was president or not, brother. That's not the point. That's not the point. We got 577 people on chat, guys. I need you guys to just like that video real quick. Go help the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're doing this on a regular basis. I don't see enough people subscribed. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not logged in, make sure you log in. We're putting in massive amounts of effort into this. So let's run it up. Bro, every frame is a banger in this video. Every single frame is a banger, right? We know we're in a surveillance state, keep you in the phones, keep you locked up in your little fucking room, keep you guys enslaved, and don't bother us while we take over. Does this look like TikTok in 2022? Does this look like TikTok in 2022? Because it looks like to me that this is what TikTok looks like. People are in the little box in their own little illusion, living in the television. It's absolutely insane. I want you to notice something. I want you to notice that even all of them, look at the little microphone. They all work for basically the same organization, the same power structure. All of them, every single one of them. Where do you think you are here? Where do you think you are? I can tell you where you are. You're at the bottom. At the very bottom. At all times, at the very bottom. At the echelon of society, you're not going to be found there. You're going to be at the bottom. And they'll protect it with surveillance, with weapons, with guards, with everything. I want to, before we go into the next stage. This is the structure of the world that we live in right now. You're at the bottom. I need you to understand that. And unless you understand that you're at the bottom, you're not going to get out. You're at the fucking bottom. But a revolution is coming. A revolution is here. It's time to stand up. The highest form of rebellion. I want to make a point very clear. The highest form of rebellion is becoming excellent. The highest form of rebellion is to become free. The highest form of rebellion is to become independent, a free thinker, to become intelligent, educated, wealthy. That is the highest form of rebellion. The illusions will fall. This is where I'm going to end the video, guys. This is the frame that I need you to remember. People wear a mask in everything that they do. That's why having real ones is not only rare, but it's special. Because it's extremely important to understand that living a life where you need to take off the mask, because acting, guys, acting is a very tiring thing to do. Be who you say you are, elevate at a deeper level, and time to blow up the mask, baby. Take it off. Take it off. A lot of you guys are wearing masks. You say you are who you're not. Become that which you want to become and push hard. Living in the fucking box on your phone ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it, baby. It ain't gonna cut it. So I hope that this was valuable to you guys as much as it was to me. I'm here to continue elevating, and hopefully you guys join us in this journey. Comment if you left better than you did than you were today, or if you are today better than you were yesterday. I'd like to hear that from you. As we end up the stream, guys, remember the life that you have is the life that you chose. Have this frame in your mind, guys. It's so much better to be real. It's so much better to be real. It's so much better to be a man, a woman of conviction, to stand on your truth and to elevate past the bullshit and the garbage. It really is so much better. It's so much better, ladies and gentlemen. Understand that the world is yours for the taking. The life that you have can be top caliber, but you gotta be awake. The revolution has begun. The journey's just beginning. Not going anywhere. Are you ready? As we wrap up, every single day we do the book of the day, the recommendation. These are the books I recommend. Yesterday's book was about In War, which is understanding war. Today's book will be picked up. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. The book of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very small book. It's a booklet by Grant Cardone. The Millionaire Booklet. And in this little booklet, he breaks down how to make $1 million, because I know a lot of you guys are here to make money. And when Capital Club launches next month, you'll be able to. But right here, you won't be able to see it. Right, is a formula to making $1 million. If you can't see it, that's okay. You might have to change the saturation. But this is your book. It's a small little booklet. You can probably find it online for free. It's called The Millionaire Booklet. For a lot of you kids that are still young, that don't understand money, it's a really good start for you. It's a really good beginner and introduction. So guys, I wish you the best. I need a like. As soon as this video goes live, I need you to come back and drop a comment, because we need to wake motherfuckers up. The revolution has begun. Our time is now, but you are responsible for the life that you live. The millions of dollars that you are able to make, the wealth and abundance that is around you can be yours. The system has told you that nothing can be yours, that you will rent everything and you will own nothing. But that's a lie. It truly is a lie. The revolution has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Luke Belmar. It's been a pleasure hosting you today. I'll see you here tomorrow. May you be blessed. May you leave better today than you were yesterday. Be blessed. All the love, all the power. Luke Belmar.